Hello, everybody. My name is RoadsofSilence. You probably know me from other games in this these events, like Elden Ring and Resident Evil. But today, something new that I wanted to introduce was Mega Man X8 16-bit, a mod that I've fallen in love with over the course of this year. It has had many changes along the way. And I'm also joined here with one of the testers for the mod, JFit.
Hey everybody, JFit, short for JahovasFitness. I've been a prominent tester for a lot of mods for the vanilla version of the DMA game. And this one is going to be for Touch Mod, the latest one, the one that's usually getting most updates. Going to try to, explain a lot of the cool stuff going on, and if anybody's got questions about anything going on, I will gladly answer any of those questions too. So hopefully we have a good time here.
All right. So this is going to be a 100% run with all the characters. So we're going to collect all the items that we can to complete that run. Here on the character select screen, I'm going to pick two characters to start off with because this is the tag team mod. So I'm going to start off with Zero and Axel for utility purposes because of some special things that they can do. We can start the run in 3, 2, 1, and go.
And also, just one thing before going right into this run, there will be some flashing lights and warnings in this game, especially when we clear a boss. So if you have epilepsy or anything like that, please make sure to avert your eyes or take some time away from the screen during those segments. And you'll usually see those right before a boss goes to explode.
Thank you, Thor. All right, so this first section is just the intro stage, like all Mega Man games with their intro stages. Just gonna roll through here, like normal, doing a set of dashes and jumps to mitigate some damage being taken. And we're gonna come across our first collectible in just a second. Want to explain what's going on here, Jay?
Yeah, so surprisingly enough, for an intro stage, there is stuff to pick up in this one. The first one he picked up was the first weapon for Zero, the K-Knuckles, which gives Zero the ability to engage in good old fisticuffs. And this capsule here is actually a Axel unique upgrade that gives him an upgrade to his default Axel bullets where they have a homing shot. There's also a heart tank in this level because there's now been some hearts added instead of the usual 8. We are up to 12, and we're going to be getting all of them.
Yeah, they added a lot of cool things in this, yeah.
Now, if you noticed earlier, Zero used a signature ability of his from a previous game, his Genmu Zero ability. Zero and Axel both start off with Giga Crush abilities, which is something that X would normally need with his armor set. And because of that, they have some pretty strong utilities from level traversal, puzzles, and as we're about to see here, some very potent boss potential.
You gotta love the Giga Crush. And speaking of crush, chat is crushing these incentives. And also, this run, I know RoadsofSilence is about to destroy this phase. So, ooh. Now, I gotta ask, so that went really, really quick. I was gonna ask for tech, but I don't think we need that now.
All right, so I'll break it down a little bit for you here too. So there's like I said in the beginning, we select the characters for particular reasons. Zero and Axel have the strongest of Giga attacks because X doesn't start out with one. And the boss fights go pretty quick here. So yeah, we're gonna be using a combination of the tag team attacks. That's why it's called the tag mod, right?
Mm-hmm. And we are now going to be going into Gigabolt stage. And the reason why we're coming here first is because there's some pretty substantial upgrades to get. And as you can tell, this is a bike level, so once again, gotta go fast. But here we're going to be finding another heart tank. And since this is based off the original X8, which had 8 armor pieces total, we're going to be picking up one of those for X because, this is 100% completion. But there's also some extra content added for Zero. Because much like the original game, he had some weapons added, and we've also got some more unique niche ones that might be for the real fans here, because we're going to get some deep cuts.
Ooh, oh my God. Speaking of deep cuts, I think the biggest deep cut is the fact that I stink at these stages. Never was good at the bike stages in any of the games, so seeing it done so perfectly is kind of wild. Did it take you a while to get good at this?
Yes.
There is the bikes can be tricky to work with just because you're always bumping into things or taking damage a lot of the time. And if you saw earlier, he actually crashed it into the segment door, so he can actually skip the loading phase there and just go right into the stage. But we're actually coming up on a hidden area. So like I was saying earlier with the hidden weapons, we've got one for zero here. If we've got any Star Force fans in here, this is going to be a pretty neat one. This is Rogue's sword from Star Force 2. And much like Rogue's, or with his signature abilities, this gives Zero a barrier that protects him from damage once every, I believe, 5 seconds, and it comes back. It's got some pretty nifty abilities from faster swings, and when we get some new boss skills, there's also some altered abilities there. So very potent weapon, and one of my personal favorites.
You know what? That is totally fair. And speaking of Star Force, I love Star Force. But you know what else people love? Satoru has a $25 donation saying, I love me some Mega Man X8, both the original and the 16-bit remake. Here's to a successful and fun Back to Black. Thank you so much for your $25 donation and supporting Back to Black and Race Forward, Satoru. And you know what? I love all Mega Man. I can't deny that. Star Force was a true pleasure.
Oh yeah, it's definitely an underrated gem. But speaking of stars, we're going to be taking off like one in order to get to this shortcut here. Normally, you would need a buster part and some boss weapons for X to make this, but we're going to be using the bike here to try and get a big jump to find a secret way into the building leading to the boss. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Nice. GG.
So once we get past a little platforming here, we take a portal and we are at the boss door.
Fantastic. All right. This boss is about to go bye-bye.
Yep. The funny part is that part lets us skip a climbing section, but we still have to climb to that portal. So it's a little bit faster just because of that portal. All right, so for this boss fight, I'm going to do a safe strat. You can do some boss damage with one of Zero's Giga attacks. I'm going to try to get some extra damage in with it once he moves a certain way for me.
And speaking of in a flash, holy moly, going really fast here.
Yep, Gigabolt's got that lightning speed effect too, which allows him to strike in quick succession multiple times. And if you're playing X, his charge ability is actually based on that quick lightning strike. And speaking of devastating strikes, that was Zero's other Giga attack ability, because he has two. The other one also based on a previous boss fight version of the attack of his, where he punches to the ground and a bunch of buzzer shots come up. But now that Axel's also used his, we chunked out Gigabolt pretty well, and that's the end of the boss. A little bit of episodes. This is the boss explosion warning here, so careful with your eyes.
And also, speaking of things that are moving in a flash, our incentive towards the Future Glasses skin is just under $1,100 from being funded, so make sure you get in for that Plants vs. Zombie replanted Future Glasses skin incentive, and make sure to add that on in when you donate. Also, on top of that, we've also got some more fantastic donations. We got $25 from Kat. Thank you so much for the $25 donation. And also a $75 donation from Karaoke. Love that name.
Very nice.
All right,
But,
so for this stage, we're going to meme up a little bit. That's all good. For this stage, we're going to meme up a little bit. This is Panda's stage. He has ride armors throughout it. Now, there is a faster pacing for this stage, but I'm doing this just to show off the fun abilities of the ride armors, and I keep jumping out.
You know, that was always my biggest issue, was just jumping out of the ride armors in some of the early Mega Man games. It's hard to stay in those.
Yeah, you jump out at the wrong time and do the wrong thing.
Yeah,
so this is fun. They're pretty fast too. I mean, Zero's fast. I just like the fact that they're chunky.
Yep, and
Okay,
much
but
like
the real
I was just gonna say much like the original game. If you do it correctly, you can get the ride armor all the way to the end of the stage, and go in fisticuffs with the giant boss at the end. But speaking of other weapons, we got a new one, the V hangers, which are based on the dual daggers from X7, and that's going to be part 2 of our go fast strategy here. But first, we're going to give Vile a taste of his own medicine with the ride armor.
Now, speaking of going fast, I know we just had a Sonic run earlier. Whom do you like more, chat? Tell me in the donos. Maybe we can get a dono train going. Do you like Sonic more? Or do you like the Blue Blur? Or do you like the Blue Bomber? Tell us all about which one you like more. And you got another character in either of those franchises. Tell us in the donos.
Sonic, then Mega Man X, specifically. Chat might hate me, but I don't like regular Mega Man like that.
Oh my goodness, not even the Blue Bomber? Oh, Man, I don't know about you, Rhodes. I don't know.
We the second series fans out here. I did like the episode with Mega Man and Mega Man X were teamed up together in the show.
Are you talking about the Ruby Spears cartoon?
Yes.
Oh, that show is so wonderful. That show has memes for days.
All right, so again, I don't need to bring this with me, but I just do it for fun. Like Japheth said, you can carry it all the way to the end of the level. We're gonna do a couple of other things first. I'm gonna jump and leave that one there. I'm going to take this green one.
Nice. So what Silence did here is a bit of a technical bug where for some reason the ride armor thinks it is as small as 0. So we can actually squeeze this ride armor through this little tunnel here that we would normally have to drop it off and leave it. And we can use that to like just bypass a part of the puzzle here and get the heart tank.
Now here, I'm going to punch these blocks at a certain distance to do that so I can climb up here and just bring it in here. Now, of course, it's faster just to go through the stage with 0, but we're here now with the boss. So I'm going to punch the boss to death with the ride armor for as long as I can, and then I'm going to swipe at it with the Rogue Blade and Axel's big attack. So 2 seconds.
That panda's about to go down.
Hope so, because he has a weird hitbox. Weird, annoying hitbox. It's like the top of his head. It's only his head and a little bit of his shoulder in front.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, in the original game, his whole body was a hitbox, but it was just a little too easy for X to just sit across the screen and just shoot him in the belly.
Gotcha. Yeah, this one's definitely interesting. I've never actually had the chance to fully play through Mega Man X8, but I remember when it first launched. It seems like they did a fantastic. Job translating this into the 16-bit. Is there anything that they changed about this fight from the original game?
So originally, his desperation attack, which every boss in X8 has one when they get to a certain health threshold, but in the case of Panda's, his was kind of underwhelming. It was just this giant lunging punch that would do a lot of damage. But this time around, there's actually multiple cuts that you can see the lines for, and you have to try and dodge those. So there's actually a bit more, active things going on in the fight.
Interesting.
But speaking of other changes, we're now on Yeti stage, and instead of being another auto-scroller bike level, this is a more active bike level, but screw that. We're not doing bikes. We are using V-Hanger Raikkosen and showing true speed.
Also, talking about true speed, chat is just blitzing through these donations. We are almost at $4,000 raised. We are $17 away. And speaking of which, we just got a $250 donation in from LV Creed saying, just dropping in to see Road of Silence blitz through one of the better demakes among Mega Man fan games. I'm also looking forward to seeing Berserk Boy and Rockman 2 Deus Ex Machina being performed later on in a few days as well. Here's to a fantastic weekend of showcasing the marvels of Black Speed as my fellow speed comrades of color continue to support Race Forward, this Back to Black event. Take care and Godspeed. Well, you know what? They are indeed moving fast, LV Creed. And thank you again for your $250 donation.
Wonderful.
Once
All right, now
again,
for a little
we are
bit of
just
swag.
$17 away.
Yeah, so if you didn't catch it, Zero has his Buster back now. So, we're back to that X3 style. But we now also use that Buster with Panda's weapon to find a hidden shortcut because this stage can kind of diverge in a different set of ways to get the upgrades. So we actually just skipped the mini-boss completely, but now we got to backtrack for a sub-tank here. Because we're actually at the end of the level right above the boss door.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
Yes.
Getting to the boss quick here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We like movement.
And speaking of things we like, by the way, we have a bid war for who's the better mascot, Mario or Sonic or Mario. And right now, Mario's in the lead with $450 and Sonic's at $358. So let us know, who's your favorite or who's your better mascot. And yeah, we got a lot going on there. So make sure to get in that bid war incentive when you donate towards it. Also, we just hit $4,000.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, everyone. $4,008 going to Race Forward. Y'all are crushing it, chat. Holy moly. Let's go. Get on in there.
All right.
Y'all thought Zero was fast, but that was electric.
That was actually really good. All right, so this is Yeti. All right, same deal with Yeti. Now that I have Rayquaza, I can kind of slide away from him pretty quick. He's going into his desperation attack now. Gonna hit him with that. Switch to Axel and little too early, a little too fast, a little too fast. But normally, that's pretty much how quick he goes. So the way I fight him there is I'll use Zero and use Zero's V-Hanger with Panda's skill, which is basically like a super punch essentially, to do double damage. There's a multitude of ways you can fight these bosses in attacks with different attacks. So.
And also, we've got a $5 donation from Cursor Chan saying, "Ooh, chat, I can't quit you. My future is so bright, I've got to wear shades. So let's help out the zombies and PvZ later." Thank you so much for your $5 dono. And remember, chat, make sure to put in towards those incentives and that bid war.
All right, so here's Capsule City. This first section, I have to do damage lists. So I come here and I do that with Zero's Giga Attack, and then I Rayquaza through here. And I get above that before it touches me, switch to Axel because we need this. And Javed, explain these capsules for me in Capsule City.
Right. So if you want to, So there's a bit of a hidden collectibles series here where if Axel does a couple of conversations with Dr. Light in the normal game, he has some fourth wall breaking dialogue talking about, well, hey, Dr. Light, why don't you make me some cool armor? And he kind of beats around the bush. But there is a series of collectibles that is tied to having Axel encounter Dr. Light and triggering some of these dialogues, and if we get enough of them, we will unlock 2 extra capsules with some very potent upgrades. But first upgrade that we got was actually Black Zero. We could technically get this without beating any boss, except because all we need is just to get a certain number of weapons from him, and then we can come to the stage. But we come here at least after beating Gigabolt, because there is another capsule here that requires turning on the lights, and Gigabolt's weapon is required for that. But on the way to the second capsule, if we got any donos or questions.
Let me go. Don't keep your grant. Unhand me.
Yeah. I was just going to say, by the way, the incentives for the Future Glasses skin is now to $610, raised out of the $1,500 for the Future Glasses skin. And we also had a $200 donation from Anonymous. Thank you so much for raising money for Race Forward. And thank you for your donation.
Very nice. But we're now at the second capsule here, and this is another Zero upgrade here. This is something that gives him the ability to expand his combat capabilities, as some of his weapons now have more combos with them. So instead of just having 3 slashes with the saber, he can now have 4, and I think it goes all the way up to 7 with the right inputs. Rogue Blade in particular gets a very sick one, as he ends with a giant explosive wave attack, which is based on one of Rogue's other attacks from the Star Force series. But we're already at the next capsule, and this is the original one, the Hermes Chest for X. We're not worried about this one particularly, other than 100% completion purposes. But the real prize is just behind this one.
Sarah, what is his aura stance?
All right. So this capsule, if you're wondering what's in it, it's a very strong armor set for X, which we will be seeing right after we clear this stage.
Also, sorry, real quick, we just had a $1,000 donation come in from Mina.
Whoa.
$1,000
and
one. Saying, I'm not that into speedrunning myself, but a bunch of my friends are. And anytime I look at the community and what you're all doing, the skills of the runners, the amounts of efforts put into discovering new techniques, the collaboration everyone seems to have, the charity work I see coming out of it, everything is always awe-inspiring.
Gotta move fast.
Gotta move fast.
Wrong character.
Mina, thank you so much. We've now just hit $5,000. Look at that. Woo!
Power.
That was explosive.
Power of community and going fast.
You know that's right.
All right, so this is the Mantis fight. It's going to pretty much go the same as Yeti, but I'm going to wait for him to come down like that and then start punching.
Yeah, punch that bug.
You know it's illegal to kill a mantis, right?
You know what? That always haunted me as a kid. Like every time I saw one or I saw anybody like just, going near insects, I was like, be careful not to kill it. All
right.
But this mantis is gone. And that one is donezo.
Yeah, Mantis is always a tricky boss if you're not too familiar with his patterns.
we make quick work of them with Axel and Zero's Giga attacks. All right, well, we've had enough of this duo. It's time for the original dynamic duo of the series to make their debut together.
Now, let me ask, what's your favorite of the dynamic duo? Are you an X person or are you Zero?
I'm a Zero guy.
You
100%.
know, same here. I've always loved the Zero games, but Zero always just had that flair of cool right from the beginning.
Yeah, I've always been a Zero guy. Majority of the movement and stuff in this run is with Zero, until we get some faster things going on, like here with X.
Yeah,
now
so
armor.
Yep, that was the super duper secret reward from Mantis Stage. We actually get the ultimate armor very early on, because normally we would need to get all of his armor and wait till we beat 8 bosses. But screw that, we're going fast and we're putting these Mavericks into the scrap heap.
This is one of the changes I'm very happy about.
It, Sonic.
Yeah, this is one of the changes I'm very happy that they made. Adding it to a capsule versus having to defeat 8 bosses.
Well, there was a little extra caveat besides 8 bosses, but we'll wait for that moment. Anyway, we also did some vandalism and found a long stick for Zero.
If you played the original, that is the glaive.
Yep, master of range, but it had that little blind spot, so it was not too great up close. But, you know, still a welcome addition to the arsenal. And we're using Giga Crush here to just break doors, because we aren't waiting for doors. We're going fast.
And speaking of going fast, tonight we are raising money for Race Forward, which we are so happy to have you all here for Back to Black, Black in a Flashes 2026 speed run event. And we are so happy to have each and every one of you here. Remember that you can use the Twitch donate tool to make donations, and also you can put those donations towards prizes, such as the Mega Man E-Tank hat for $5, or, you know, the $10 Joy Loaf Clay Magnet. I'm not saying I might be going for that E-Tank hat, but just letting you know. But when you do make your donations, please click the incentive for it to count towards that, and make sure to use that donate button when you can. If you're curious about Race Forward as well, you can find out more in the chat. Make sure to make sure to click on the exclamation mark B, or the exclamation mark donate, and you can go ahead and use that as well.
No hat like a hydration hat. And speaking of tanks, here we found an E-Tank.
Another. Oh.
Now, careful, Silence. Don't break the game this time.
I just wanted to do that into the door. Whee.
Yes. Not the door.
The hurricane kick. We got to show off the hurricane kick.
I was in Street Fighter for a second.
This game, the mod pays homage to a lot of different things. I'm super excited about it.
Well, funnily enough, the original X8 game, the Knuckles in that one were also a bunch of Street Fighter references. It's just this time around, there's also some other stuff, like the Raikkosen being based on Tekken's Electric Wind God Fist. You know, not going to sugarcoat it. Goodbye, Rooster.
Well, you know, gotta go fast, right? And if you do want to go fast, take a look at !RF to find out more about Race Forward. Also, thank you for the $20 donation from Cheese Soda Punch. Love that name and appreciate the donation towards supporting Race Forward. Thank you very much.
All right, so for that last boss fight, you obviously see the difference now. Now that we have X, we have a quicker way to kill everything.
Yep, we can basically two-tap just about every boss in the game now. But something that's actually difficult to do is not pressing these big red buttons, because Zero has some goodies hidden behind not pressing those buttons.
I knew I was too high on that.
Unfortunately, because we pressed the button, gotta reset the stage. But doing so will unlock a new weapon for Zero, and, you know, just gotta hope for the best this time.
Sometimes the zoomies get you. All right, come on, Z, let's get it.
That's okay, though. You know what? It happens. And hey, you know what? These enemies still aren't holding up, so I think you got this just fine.
All right, so now that's all the buttons avoided, and now we get his massive bonk stick. He's got the band hammer.
He's actually got the band hammer. That's crazy.
And now we get to test it out on Temu Boba Fett here.
Temu Boba Fett.
Guess who's back? This guy. to come here?
All right, and if we
You want to
let's
come
see
here?
if we can bait him next to the door.
You want to come here? Come on, guy. You want to come over here? Yes, there you go. I went the wrong way.
Listen, he knows you're going fast. He just wants to stay for a little longer.
Come here. I want to show the door.
Ooh,
Wee.
there you go.
And just like Axel and Zero's Giga Crush, Nova Strike also does not care about the infrastructure of the building. So now we're going to be getting another armor part for X here. Just got to vandalize more of the lab here that has lethal protection for some reason.
Spikes are not our friends for now.
Nah, they
Listen,
hurt.
those scientists, they're working on a lot of things, okay? They got to have protection for everything inside the lab. It's fine. Mainly the murderous robots.
So here we're going to traverse up. Yo. No.
Ooh, tragic pixel.
Tragic pixel.
I
It
guess
happens.
you could say that one was a little bit spiky. I'm sorry.
Sometimes you just got to get to the point. And sometimes you don't.
Oh
Wow,
my God.
bro.
Wow. Not the point. Not the point.
Low hanging fruit.
God. And there we go. Fantastic. Got the heart in the end there. So, you know what? Looks like you're racing forward here. Oof.
Yep, so now we just, we're go mode to the next bug.
So now let me ask, what would you say is probably one of the more complex areas of this game? Because like I'm seeing some really wild pixel perfect jumps here and just skating above spikes barely.
If we're talking complicated, our final level has easily the worst one of us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because when you optimize it, you're going fast. The camera's leaving you behind. Like you're leaving the camera behind, but it's also incredibly easy to mess up, and it's just sad. You can
It's
do
like
everything.
a do or die.
Yeah, you can do everything right up into that point, and then it just like, all right, cool. Well, time to lose my PB by like 2 minutes.
Oh no. That's terrible. Oh. Yeah, there's always those stages that just come out of nowhere and just completely break you.
Yeah. All right. So for that boss, you know, a lot of the bosses we're trying to get them before they do something that, you know, delays time. So for instance, I don't want him to burrow underground. And usually the RNG is blessing me to where he doesn't. But then during that fight, he did. But same deal. Hit him with Saber's Ginmu and then hit him with X's Nova Strike. All right, this
God
level
darn.
I actually do like the change of playing with X for momentum. I used to play this with Zero, but since we can get the ultimate armor now, X is a little bit faster. And it's a lot easier to kind of tank through enemies. And there's two ways to get through this part here. Now, we got to go for a capsule here at the end. And you could wait for the bot that's chasing us. But I did not want to. He did catch up with us though. Now the bot could break that first wall that we walk past, that like I said, crystal wall, you say, J-Fit?
You would actually have to wait for the robot to come up and punch into it. So you have to
Yeah.
like bait him into being
I'm saying
stupid and hurting his hands.
Yeah, but it's like a crystal wall or something like that, whatever it is. He'll punch through that. We can't break through that, but we can use the fire skill to push through those pipes. All right.
So we're gonna be coming back to the missile ride strat because, or we can take the other fast travel back to the start of the stage.
Optimal death. Okay.
You know what? That's okay. Listen,
Not mad at it.
optimal strat.
Honestly,
It's part of the plan.
the time difference is about the same. So we got another weapon for Zero here, this one being his B fan from the original game, which gives him a reflective barrier when standing still and is kind of just uneventful outside of that. But hey, it's a fan.
Now, speaking of the original game and the demake here, is there any, because Jay, I know you've worked a lot with this game. Is there anything like special that you think people might find interesting about how this is a little bit different from the original game?
So I think one of the big cool things about it is that it's a mod, or the original game was made not necessarily to improve it, but to like keep the spirit of a lot of the levels, but maybe in a way that is a little more palatable to people who like the old games. Because one of the critiques the original game had was like a lot of it felt kind of just, down the rails, not a whole lot going on with it that you could really affect. Some of the weapons weren't really, too well liked. And now with, X's new kit, for example, Flame Dash, oh man, that is easily one of my favorite weapons in the entire series, and it's not even canon. just being able to bounce around rooms with the charged flame.
There we go.
Just making intense movement decisions with it is just so much fun.
All right, so that's a quick kill on that boss right there, by the way, using the Rakos.
Oh, right, there was a sub-boss, right.
So fast you didn't even notice. And speaking of really fun things that are going fast here, make sure to get in your opinions on the bid war. Who's the better mascot, Sonic or Mario? And, let us know as well when you go to donate, which you can do using Twitch's donate tool or the ! donate command. And if you want to find more about the charity that we're working with today, you can do ! RF in chat and find out more about Race Forward, who aims to specifically support Black-led organizing and narrative work. They center the lived experiences of those most affected by systemic racism to define the solutions that will help our whole society level up. To learn more about them, make sure to check out raceforward.org.
Okay, so for this stage, I need to get S ranks. If you guys saw the last run of this, I need to get S ranks across this entire stage. So I'm going to focus up here, and Thor and Jay can have some fun with banter.
Oh man, the S ranks. Ooh, I don't know about you, but Javid, did you ever do the Mega Man Zero games with the S ranks? Because I was terrible at those for a long time.
If the series existed on anything besides the Game Boy screen, I might have. But unfortunately, because I am bothered when the game tells me I'm bad because of arbitrary reasons, I kind of just had to concede and just be like, yeah, you know what, A rank's fine. I got the boss skills. I'll live with this.
Now, for those watching in chat, can you explain what goes into getting an S rank in this? Because I never tried, especially not in this game.
So, typically speaking, each character will kind of have some changes made just because of their ability to do this. But for the most part, it's kind of just, destroy every enemy as fast as you can, taking as little damage as you can. And S ranks require all enemies to be destroyed. Now, you can get S ranks even if you die in a section, but for something that we need to unlock, we need to get all 3 S ranks without dying once. We can die at the start because the game is all right, cool, that hasn't actually started yet. But if we were to have an unfortunate accident here, which hopefully we won't, then we'd have to completely come through the stage again and go for the triple S. But triple S has some pretty neat rewards, mainly a few hidden boss fights. Hello, kitty cat. But there's also one that is a special award for Axel, which we will be trying to get after we complete the boss here. Because
is your cat Tango?
His name's Clary.
I had to reference back to the OG. Just saying, Tango the cat. But continue on.
Yeah, so with the hidden bosses in Triple S, a lot of those are references to previous games. So, if you've ever played the original X8, you actually fought 8-Bit Cutman as one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But so the other one, which we will be seeing later, is a callback to X7. And the another one, if we've got a weapon for the Star Force fans, and we've got a boss for the Battle Network fans.
Ooh, okay. And speaking of racing forward, oh my God, we are just racing through these bosses. And we've got some fantastic donations. We've got $50 from Rarest. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. And also $10 from the Phoenix Captain. Thank you, everyone, for your fantastic donations. Make sure that when you are going ahead and making those donations, there are prizes that you can get from donating. And typing in a donation, you can submit a donation without any comment for a chance to win the Golden Mega Man Amiibo. There's plenty of fantastic prizes that we would love you all to see and get. And also, lastly, we're trying to get zombies equipped with some future glasses, because I'll tell you what, 20XX didn't see 21XX coming. So make sure to tell us what your favorite thing to get Mega Man equipped with through any of the games. We'd love to hear it in your donations. And can't wait to see what y'all are cooking with.
All right, here's that secret boss. This is Red from X7.
Yep, we're
this first.
Axel's gonna shoot his dad in the face. So
not in the face.
Yeah, so we actually give Red his signature. So
I didn't mean to hit him with the Buster.
Yeah, so Axel has to get the final blow on Red here in order to get his secret armor. So for the most part, this is a pretty interesting fight because normally you would need to have nothing equipped, but thanks to certain limitations from the tag team system, you can actually just come here with a really busted version of X or Zero, or possibly even Axel, just as long as there's one character that technically doesn't have anything equipped to activate this portal, and then you can just kind of break the fight by, just ignoring the rules from it. But the whole thing of this fight is that he does paper cut damage, but every time he hits you, he heals up, and you'll probably see, yep, there's a little bit of health recovery now. So Axel's gonna have to get the last hit on, his adoptive dad here, all while doing, surprisingly low damage himself. But it's fine. We got tracking bullets. We can make this pretty easy.
Now, let me ask. Speaking of tracking bullets, so we got the tracking bullets, but do you have favorite weapon or anything from any of the Mega Man games that you like to use on bosses or enemies? I know we asked chat to tell us in their donations, but what about you two? Do you guys have anything, or do you peeps have anything that you really like?
So, and for this one in particular, I am very fond of Axel's weapon from Gravity Antonian because, as I was testing, I also pitched a lot of balance changes, and Spiral Magnum became very good for bosses because, for a character all about rapid shots and aiming, when you get only one shot to work with, you need to make it count. But there's an ability, or there's a little bit of tech where Axel can use his primary shot followed by his alternate shot to just kind of put rounds down range. So from going from like boom, 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 you get boom, 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 and it just chunks bosses. It is so satisfying when you get in the groove. But what's really cool about Axel is it's not even just his one weapon in this. He gets unique abilities for his Giga Crush depending on the weapon he has. So for Burn Rooster, he actually gets a damage boost that he can apply to himself, but he also lights himself on fire and takes damage over time because, I don't know, self-immolation hurts more people, I guess. But when you combine that with Spiral Magnum, you just completely melt bosses in a way that's not quite a one-shot, but still very potent.
You know what? Fair enough. Honestly, that was a fantastic answer. I don't even know what to say on that. I will say this though, I really love Metal Man's weapon, the Buzzsaw. I can't remember what exactly it's called, but I love the Buzzsaw from Mega Man 2. It is one of my all-time favorites. Being able to throw in 8 directions is OP. But speaking of OP, we need to get those future glasses. And chat, y'all are blowing through that. We have $700 raised so far towards that future glasses skin, and out of $1,500, so we just need $800 more. But I have a little bit of a challenge for you, chat. What if we got about, let's see. I'll tell you that in a second.
All right, so for this stage, we're going to be going up the elevator because this stage is called Elevator. And we're going to go to two bosses that might seem familiar to you guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of going, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, some of y'all are going to be very familiar with a few of these bosses coming up, but also regarding the elevator, in terms of changes, original game, though, it was just a auto-scroller level, while this is like an actual level that you had to platform through. Anyway, here's the Mega Man X with his ultimate armor as a boss fight. You kids like mirror matches?
Actually, yes. I actually do. I'm not sure about you, but Mega Man 03 remains one of my favorites, and it made me love their mirror matches. It was also the ultimate challenge for me, and stuff like this is always wild, as I'm sure you can see on the screen right here. But also, speaking of fantastic challenges, chat, do you all think that we can raise $5,200 by the end of this run? Because I think you can, and I think you all have a lot to say. So Chat, let's do this. Let's race forward. Let's get that done. And don't forget, we have that fantastic Future Glasses skin incentive. And that mirror match went quick. Holy moly.
That's one of the rough ones.
So if we thought red was rough, this boss is basically the super amped up version of that because he's the title character. Of course, he's going to be like that.
Right.
But we're not quite done here with throwback bosses. We've got one more that's going to be waiting to get lined up here.
How come he gets to have that cool attack? I wish I could.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there was like a way to get that as your own or something. And since we also came here earlier, we just get a shortcut to the other fight. So, hey guys, you like X5? Because here we go.
Classic.
I'm just saying, super cool. Super cool.
So, in a little bit of a difference in this version of the Awakened Zero fight, he has an aura that he will constantly put up over time. Yep, he's doing it again. And we have to break it before we can do damage to him normally. And just like every other boss in X8, when he gets to a certain health threshold, he gets a little ballistic with it.
He is input reading me right now. This is crazy. Brother.
This reminds me a lot of the original Sigma fight, actually, from the original Mega Man X, with the way he's dashing across that screen.
Well, get ready, because don't take your eyes off him. He's gone.
It's fine. It's fine.
Not as bad as the other guy.
And now that he's angry, he slides into the wall and crashes and dies, I guess.
Racing too fast. Just could not handle that speed. Just could not handle it. And we are at $5,100 and $19 or $5,119 raised. And we also had a $50 donation from Nick that says lesson 3. Thank you so much for the wonderful dono, Nick. And thank you all for supporting Race Forward, which you can find more out about through !RF.
Now, if some of you took a look at the armor screen, you noticed he was clicking on pictures of the different armor sets. Well, behold, we have yet another X form. This one is referred to as Infinite X. And he's also got a different sprite this time. So for some of you that may not know, this is apparently the sprite from, I believe, the canceled fan game Maverick's Fury. And Infinite X is kind of a hodgepodge of all his previous armor sets. So he's got Falcon Flight, and depending on the weapon he has equipped, his Giga attack will change to a previous armor's ability. But we're using this Falcon Flight because we need to get to the end of the stage without taking damage. Now, if you're wondering,
please nerf.
I have seen a lot of comments like that, but
do not nerf this. Leave it alone.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
So this form is typically locked behind one of the harder challenges in the game. So this is something akin of a New Game Plus form. So this is for the sake of making sure that the run goes smoothly, just because this capsule can be a little irritating to get at times. Yeah, but this capsule is actually guarded by the 2 bosses we fought earlier. If we try to get to it without fighting them, the capsule says, hey, we're not open yet, go away, and then you die instantly. But
switch to Axel there for that heart tank.
Yeah, so Axel has to use a shadow boomerang based on the boomerang cutter from X1 to try and get that heart tank because he's the only one that can get it. And Vile's about to see the power of infinity and quarter circle forward inputs.
Hadouken! Honestly, I thought I landed in the wrong spot and I thought he was gonna hit me, so I was like, please. But yeah. Homage to X1, the Hadouken, if you guys remember that, when you had to get the capsule to get all the capsules, all the heart tanks to get that. It's back.
And
full force.
It's also not the only thing that's back. We'll probably get to see some of the others. But
fantastic.
So now we're on Gateway stage, and previously this was just the teleporter room for a bunch of bosses, but this has been changed to where you actually get introduced to level segments based on the boss's stage, and you have to find gems to unlock the door.
And speaking of gems to unlock things, chat, we wanna see if we can get to $5,200 by the end of this run. If we have just 16 people give $5 donations, then we can raise $5,200 by the end of this run, with every single donation going towards that incentive. It would also get us halfway towards getting the Plants vs. Zombies Future Glasses incentive met. So make sure to take a look at that. Use that Twitch donate tool. And thank you, Uwu.
Very nice.
All right, so I was a little too far below the death line there. I like to play a little close to the neck sometimes.
Well, so much for safety strats then.
Yeah.
But earlier in the segment that was based on Panda's level with the spike rollers, we noticed there was a capsule there, and that was another Axel exclusive upgrade, because with his Giga Crush ability, sometimes he applies self buffs, and that capsule makes it where he can apply those buffs to his teammate. So if you want a super shell that gives you really high defense and reflect shots, Axel can give it now. You need super heals, but can't dash for it. Axel also can give that. Want to light yourself on fire and watch everything burn as well as your enemies? Yeah, Axel can also do that now.
He's not joking, y'all. This is what the skills do.
Yep, and he is my favorite character for it. But so if you also notice, there's glass that is now surrounding the portals instead of it just having it be open. Normally, you would have to pick out 2 of the 8 and fight them together in a similar fashion to the X Legacy collection with the X challenge and the 2v1 boss mode. But we're breaking some locks here. We're getting more than one key. Hello again, Kitty Cat.
Clarence has some commentary that he wants to do.
Yeah,
Clarence is just trying to help.
He loves to yap.
he agrees.
I think Clarence actually just said that they wanted to remind you that every dollar counts. And we are at $5,144. We are just $56 away from meeting $5,200 donation. Or $5,200 in donations. And you can use the Twitch charity tool, which has a minimum dollar donation of $1. Well, the GDQ website might have a $5 minimum. The Twitch tool has a $1. So every dollar counts. Make sure to get in those donos. And thank you all so much for supporting Race Forward.
All right, this is the boss room, and we're going to have to fight all 8 of them together.
So, yeah, this is going to be really tough, and goodbye.
Okay, but that seems a little bit overpowered.
Nah, balanced, absolutely balanced. So we do a quit out there at the end of that, well, towards the end of that fight there, because this is the real boss battle of this stage. But we get to skip having to run all the way back to the beginning of the stage in order to do this fight.
Yeah, still not sure why it works like that, but it does, and Hadouken works like that.
Poor guy just was told to cosplay as Sigma, and you know what? He
not getting paid enough for this.
Hang.
He wasn't getting paid enough for it. You know what's interesting enough too? They also include in the options menu an option to skip this level entirely and just come straight to that fight.
It's actually based on a glitch that the vanilla version had a while back, and it was removed because it was just kind of a pain to get set up. And, you know, setting up speedruns for that skip was just kind of But just having it as a toggle is there for those who liked the trick previously. But all
right,
before we go to the moon, we do need to give Mantis one more visit.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. That's become a bad habit of mine. We got one more item to collect.
Speaking of visiting, we just had $25 from Kat as a donation. Thank you so much, Clarence. It was Clarence, right?
Yep, Clarence, my cousin's cat.
And y'all are going wild. Also, if you do donate, you can still assign your donation from that to an incentive, no matter which tool you use to donate. So make sure to get those donations in. And I love those little bulb guys with the handle arms and hands. I love them. They remind me of Legos.
They're not serve bots, but they feel like the X series equivalent.
Yeah,
you know,
I like them in the original too.
Anyway, so we did some Metal Gear Solid shenanigans here to avoid getting caught, and we got a wireframe. So hey, you want to showcase what that wireframe is?
Zero has an extra costume called Beta Zero. This was his original form in the original, or the original of this mod.
Yeah, so if you ever like the classic X4 and X5 Saber style and some movements based on it, that's the toggle for you.
Which I do.
But unfortunately, he gives up some of his cool new toys with the extra weapons, so kind of just have to, the safe strat here is keeping the overpowered stuff.
And also, by the way, we just hit that $5,200 challenge and blew right past it as we're doing with this fantastic armor. We had a $250 donation from Fierce Wolf. Let's go race forward. Let's go back to black. And let's go GDQ. What a great way to finish up the week and chill for the weekend. Heart to all. Thank you so much, Fierce Wolf, for your wonderful donation.
Goodbye,
and pushing us through that challenge. We're at $53.99. Can anybody get us to $5,400? We're $1 away.
All right. So as you see, we blew Vile away again for the third time with a Hadouken and with a Shoryuken.
Not a charge shot.
Oh my God!
So,
was that his thing in the remake?
Yeah, that was his basically last line, other than "I am vile." God.
All right, so we got to see.
Hey, we got X2 fans, right?
Yes. Sort
do we have people who tolerate X6?
No.
Well,
there you go.
We don't either. So that is part one of a very. So I'm not going to say annoying, but spikes in this game can be broken with different weapons depending on what you use. So so Infinite X doesn't care because Gaia and Shadow armor abilities, because that's what this whole Infinite thing is. But Panda's weapon can break stuff, or it can break spikes. Charge Flame Dash can break them. Some of Zero's flame attacks can. These spikes, however, are immune to being destroyed, and they also don't care about iframes. So this fully invincible flight, it does not care.
And the new Sonic game is looking weird, or rather, the new Mega Man game is looking weird. Sigma, and Sigma. Man, this is taking a page right out of Sonic's book, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes there's some overlap.
And speaking of overlap, we've just boosted through to $5,424, bringing us over the $5,400 threshold, and we are almost 2/3 of the way to our Future Glasses skin with Plants vs. Zombies at $956 out of $1,500, just under $554 away. So make sure to get that in and put towards that incentive. Also, don't forget about your prizes.
All right, so we collected Zero's final weapon, the Sigma Blade.
And the final armor upgrade, his return to his awakened self.
The original Maverick himself. And he has
OG.
He now has bunny hops.
He's got hops.
Right. But he also
we've also got Sigma's sword, so he ain't even special now.
All right, so that capsule we collected on the elevator allows Zero to do this now. Same attack he did during the fight.
You gotta love it when a game gives you the same moves, right?
Where's your motivation?
Need more.
What am I fighting for?
You dare challenge a son of Wily? So,
all right, for the fans, hold on. For the fans.
Spin to win. Hey, so why don't we show off Infinite X's other abilities? Or we can we can turn Lumine into a little chopped sushi here.
Not Lumine getting 5 seconds of screen time here.
Well, that's okay. He's going to get another 5 once he embraces the power of God and anime.
Oh my God.
Not the disrespect.
The slowdown. How are we looking on time?
Right now.
Oh, okay.
I love this background for this boss. I love this background.
Yeah, it pulls from a certain something for those who know.
Whole night? I don't.
And Paradise Lost, and that is time.
Man, fantastic. Holy moly, what a finish.
Zero's not done. Zero said it's not over yet. X4.
Yep.
There
So
we go.
So now the gang's all here, staring at the moon, and poor Lumine. Hey, Axel, surely nothing could possibly go bad from this, right? Man, we're probably about to get a really cool cliffhanger. I can't wait to see what they do next. Surely they'll deliver on this concept, right?
Command missions.
You know what? Boss game. Just saying.
But
And,
I'd also like to just point out that once we get past this bit of dialogue here, so credits have been included because when Allison DePaz first made the vanilla game, he wanted to credit the original team making X8 because, of course, we wouldn't have it without them. But because this is a mod that is basically a mod of a mod of a mod, there's a lot of credits for everyone that helped out with making this in terms of the community. So I just really want to emphasize, guys, like this is a community game that's like a love letter by the community for the community, and I would really like for a lot of people to just like get into this game as well. Like I would just love to see more people just get into it and like really just break it open like some of us have. So, yeah. So yeah, we've got like some play testers listed here from the vanilla version. We got some others coming down as well. And I think later on we actually see some credits for future mods. Yeah, so tag team mod by Realms, character portraits by others. There's me with my misspelled name. Modded, decompiled, rewritten. There's me again. I'm in these credits twice. So yeah,
you know what?
There's a lot of people that are involved in this.
So just make sure to give a shout out to like everyone in the community that worked together on this, because this is just a fantastic project, and I hope everyone enjoyed the showcase today.
And speaking of shout outs, what an absolutely incredible run of a fantastic project. So happy to see you showcase this. Can I ask you both, Roads of Silence, where can people find you and how can they see more of your fantastic running? And Japhet, you as well, what are you working on? And thank you both so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about where people can find you.
Jay, you can go first.
Well, I'm usually active on my YouTube channel. I've made tons of videos showcasing the various mods, doing speed runs. And in the very near future, I'll also be making an announcement video regarding the creation of a speedrun Discord for this fan game. So anybody that would like to join and, learn the game and the various mods that have been out, because let me tell you, there's been a lot. This isn't the only mod. There's been, each one has its own merits to check it out. So like we've got one that's even got like a triple tag team feature. We've got one that introduces a bounce dash for Axel. So if you like Copen from Gunvolt, you might get a kick out of this one. But once I get that ready, I'll have a video announcing it. And for anybody that would like to join, feel free, because I would love for there to be more community interaction with this, because I just love this game. This has been a very big passion project of mine ever since it was made public for everybody else.
Thank you both so much for all of your fantastic commentary and also for this wonderful run. And thank you for showcasing Mega Man X8 Demake. We are just about to get ready for our next run with Rayforce. So we're going to get ready for that and take it away from there. Right. But also, not only that, chat, we are so close to $5,500 here. And we're sitting at $5,484. I don't know about you, but I'd love to see us get up to $5,500 before the beginning of the next run. So make sure to keep an eye out and do !Spark donate or use that Twitch charity tool when you get the chance. Every dollar counts, and we are so close to $5,500.
Yep.
But
that wasn't a bad time. All right, 52. That's in between. My lowest is 46, but that's a really good time right there. So I do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm happy I got to showcase this game. I'm happy I got JFit to commentate for me as well.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you, fam. Thank you. You guys can catch me on pretty much everything. I stream on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. Next week, I'll be getting back into doing challenge runs and stuff. Bunkering down. You can catch me Monday through Thursdays, 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yeah, just thank you for having me again. I appreciate it. This is out of my wheelhouse. I usually do Souls-like games and Resident Evil and stuff. So this was a little shaky one for me.
You did fantastic. Thank you so much. And again, everybody, like I said, go take a look. With that, though,